Police arrested Keith Smith and his daughter in Texas, just 20 miles from the border with Mexico.
Authorities say that he killed his wife, Jacquelyn, and tried to cover it up with a tearful story that a panhandler stabbed her through their car window in East Baltimore.
WJZ investigator Mike Halgren is live in Aberdeen. He spoke to the victim's brother. Mike?
Mary and Denise, Jacquelyn Smith's brother, said he asked her husband, why did you roll down your window at that time of night? Why didn't you just speed off, and why didn't you take her directly to the hospital? He said he never received answers that were anything less than fishy. Now, the husband, Keith Smith, and his daughter, Valeria, are being extradited back to Baltimore to face justice.
Before this, did you trust him, or did you have issues?
Never cared for him. Never hung with him.
The brother of Jacquelyn Smith says he never believed her husband Keith's story that a panhandler stabbed Jacquelyn to death in East Baltimore last December.
There was a lot of questions. You know, how long it took to get her to the hospital. I mean, I had tons of them.
And so now I got to live with that. I got to live with that every day.
He also never believed Keith when he cried to the media following the killing.
What did you think then, and what do you think looking back on it now?
I was laughing then. And, you know, I knew it was a circus. I knew it was all for optics. I knew it was a show. And I was just laughing. And I knew this day would come. I didn't know it would come this soon.
Now, both Keith Smith and his daughter Valeria are in custody. They were arrested in Cameron County, Texas. Here they are in court. They will be extradited back to Maryland to face murder charges.
People took advantage of Baltimore. And what we want to make sure is that the truth comes out and justice is done.
There was not a great relationship between the daughter and my sister. And so there could have been a heated argument, discussion, or whatever that turned deadly.
Jacquelyn's brother says Keith liquidated everything from her townhouse in Aberdeen after the murder, including the appliances, and abruptly announced he was moving to Florida.
If they can get the police to spend as much time in Florida, that gives him that much more time to make his way to the, to the border.
The last thing I thought, that they were going to take my wife's life.
The revelation that her husband got caught up in his web of lies brings some peace to Jacquelyn's family, but there's still a long road ahead to justice.
I'd like to see them go to prison, maybe for life.
Jacquelyn's brother says the motive may be murder. The couple have been married since 2014, but Baltimore City Police have not officially commented on what they believe the motive is. Live in Aberdeen, Mike Halgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you. Well, this story captured national attention. Our coverage continues with Devin Bartolotta live at City Police headquarters with more reaction to the dramatic developments in this case. Devin?
Mary, friends tell me this is the news they have been waiting for, and while they are horrified and sad, they are not shocked. Call it a mother's instinct. Anna Trisvain says she knew from the moment Keith Smith called her about her daughter Jacquelyn's death that something wasn't right.
I always have doubts about, the story he was telling.
On the phone from Rhode Island, Trisvain told WJZ she was immediately skeptical of the story told to police.
And my daughter was the type of person that was cautious. If somebody came to her window at 2 o'clock in the morning in the rain, begging for money, no, she would tell them, no, go get a job. I'm not giving them nothing.
3 months later, Keith Smith and his daughter Valeria were charged with Jacquelyn's murder. Reactions have been powerful. The family's church posted on Facebook, quote, "In light of the recent challenging events, we still give God praise." Keith Smith told police the panhandler who stabbed his wife was begging for money on this block in the middle of the night in the pouring rain. Many who know East Baltimore say they saw through that story right away.
These are opportunists, and I'm glad they were caught.
Councilman Brandon Scott says the story police say Keith Smith spun took advantage of Baltimore's issues.
If you're someone like me who's from a rough part of Baltimore, and you know that panhandlers typically don't go on side streets in East Baltimore. Why would they? How much car traffic would they get there?
Mayor Catherine Pugh released a statement on the arrest, calling this a double tragedy. Jacquelyn's mother, meanwhile, is praising the fast work by police.
This was quick. I'm glad, yeah. I prayed every night, because they killed my daughter. She was my baby.
The reactions from those close to Jacquelyn are certainly heartbreaking, but even strangers have rallied around this case, even launching a Facebook group dedicated to getting justice for Jacquelyn. Reporting live at downtown Baltimore, I'm Devin Bartolotta for WJZ.